Good day, guys. Welcome to Electronic Workbench. This is the window of the electronic workbench. Today I'm going to discuss you on the basics or the introduction to electronic workbench. What does the buttons here represent and how to create a circuit simulation on this software. As you can see here on the top is same as with the Word file. This is all the files where you can see all your save or you can create your new file in the program Electronic Workbench with that edit panel and the circuit panel where we can zoom in and zoom out everything. Analysis, you can activate your circuit for circuit analysis and other matter. The arrangement, if you want to see it here, you will see it in. So we have a button panel in this part, or in this symbol represents the battery or any sources. If you click it, you may view different type of sources. So from ground to battery source to the independent current source, the AC voltage source, near the AC current source, and the dependent or voltage controlled voltage source, and so on. So it's depend upon where you're going to use or on your circuit, which you may choose here on what type of sources you may use. On the second button, you will see some basic components that is used or being used or can be used in this electronic workbench. Or in the dot, or this is just a node or a connector, the resistor, the capacitor, inductor, transformer, relays, the switches, and voltage control switch, the variable resistor. So on this part, you may choose any basic components that you need. And on the next button, you will see the different type of diodes. This is all transistor, and the next is the analog devices or the analog ICs. So here is the op amps, the mix ICs, the analog to digital converter, digital IC, the AND gates, logic gates. You may use this one, or you may use on this kind of, or in this only the logic gates you will see. While on this digital, this is the what you will see in the market, the 74 LS, somewhat like that. So this is what really seen in the market, but this is are all the data, only the data that has been made or the IC that has been made before year 2000. This one is another flip-flops, and the next is the indicators. You may have a voltage source, a current meter, L bulb, L LED probe, the 7-segment display, and other decoded or display or indicators. The controls, this is you may use this in control system subjects, and here is some others which is not don't belong on the previous category. You may see it in this category. and all the instruments. You may have the multimeter, the function generator, then the oscilloscope, the blood plotter, word generator, logic analyzer, and the logic converter. So technically, in electronic workbench, all the devices listed in here is the devices that has been made during or before year 2000. So that is why electronic workbench is a perfect software that is not too too heavy for a computer. If you have a computer that has a lower specs, or maybe you had just borrowed a computer that only runs on Windows 7, electronic workbench can be run on that environment, Windows environment. Actually, my Windows is Windows 10, and I already use this electronic workbench using Windows 7. And since this is a software this software was made by year 2000, so the Windows version is still on XP. Okay, so this white page is your page where you can edit or create your circuit diagram. For example, we're going to make a simple circuit. So I need to have a battery source. This is only a drag and drop. Then we'll have a resistor. Let's say we have a simple 2 resistor. In order to change the value of the components, you may need to double click it. Just like if you want to change it into 120 volt, I double click it and change the value to a 120 volt. You can even change it into a millivolt or a kilovolt, depends on what value you need to use. Then click OK. Same as with the value of the resistance. Now, how to connect? In order to connect, just go or click the tip. When the tip will turn into a dot, click the tip and drag it to the other component. There you go. And release. Click, hold click, then it's just as simple as like that. And in order to run the circuit, just push this button. This button will activate the circuit or simulate the circuit. If there were no errors, the circuit will generally run. But in order for you to find out what's going on the circuit, you need to have an instrument just like a multimeter. So let's deactivate. Then let's use a multimeter. There you go. So as what you can see, double click the multimeter and you will see a bigger portion or the window of the multimeter. So we have two dots, the positive and the negative point. So let's connect the multimeter to the positive and to the negative portion of your circuit. For example, in that way. So since we're going to measure the voltage, we need to connect the thing in parallel to the component that you're going to use. And if you're going to read it in, so remember, you cannot make any, or you cannot use two same instrument at a time. So there you go, you will get, and once you run it, the multimeter will display the value on where you are going or you measured it. So let's deactivate again, and let's put a indicator there. I'm going to get a ammeter, and let's connect it here to see how many ohms that passes through this line. And let's activate it, and we found out that it's 120 milliamp that passes through the line going through a 1 kilo ohm resistor. So that's how you're going to use this electronic workbench. So for a lot more tutorial about electronic workbench, just comment below, but don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So see you. Thank you for watching.